I maintain that truth is a pathless land, and you cannot approach it by any path whatsoever, by any religion, by any sect. That is my point of view, and I adhere to that absolutely and unconditionally. Truth, being limitless, unconditioned, is unapproachable by any path whatsoever. It cannot be organized, nor should any organization be formed to lead or coerce people along any particular path. If an organization be created for this purpose, it becomes a crutch, a weakness, a bondage, and must cripple the individual and prevent him from the discovery of that absolute, unconditioned truth. You can form other organizations and expect someone else. With that, I am not concerned. My only concern is to set man absolutely and unconditionally free.
All religions have always said there is only our path, our savior, our system, our belief, our rituals, and only through those we will find salvation. This has been the constant song of all religions. And I happen to have said many, many years ago, which has so true, that there is no path. Truth, according to them, is a fixed point. And if it is a fixed point, you can have as many paths as you like. But if it's not a fixed point, it's a living thing, moving. Movement in the sense in the world of no time, which is a different matter. Naturally, there's no path to it. But you see, we don't want such a dangerous outlook. We want everything fixed. We want every object to be final. I'd like to go into the question of what does it mean that a human being should bring about a deep, profound change in himself. We're asking, is it possible to bring about a fundamental psychological revolution? Deep, abiding, irrevocable change, transformation. One has lived as a limited, contained, narrow individual. And it's very, very difficult to see the truth that you are the rest of mankind. That in you is the whole of man. That is, you as a human being is part of the world. You are the world. Not an idea, not something that's intellectually has been put together by reason and you say, yes, quite right. But the reality of the truth of it, that you represent as a human being the rest of humanity. Because you suffer, you are anxious, you are uncertain, confused, miserable, fearful, hurt, everything. And every human being has this. So your consciousness is the consciousness of mankind. Now, is this possible for sorrow to end? If there is the ending of sorrow in one human being, who is the representative of all humanity, that ending affects the whole of consciousness of man. Don't accept what we are talking about. Find out, test it. That means you have to be free to observe. To observe without any wish, any longing, any pressure, any, to observe that is to observe a lovely flower. I wonder why human beings throughout the world don't see this simple fact that you cannot possibly have peace on earth if you are nationalistically divided. We want order outside in the world, politically, religiously, economically, socially. In our relationship with each other, we want order. We want some peace. We want some understanding. And if the inward psychological state is not orderly, not conflicting, not contradicting, if that state in consciousness is quiet, steady, clear, then you can bring about order in the world. Now what we are trying to do is try to bring order legislatively, nationally, and so on, order out there in the world, which has been proved over and over again that totally brings about disorder. That's why we are saying, I'm saying, that without inward order, that is, inward order in consciousness, which is in a mess, which is in a contradiction, without bringing about order inwardly, psychologically, you cannot possibly have order outwardly. And the crisis is there. We think the crisis, national, economic, social, and so on. The crisis is not out there. The crisis is really inward. And we are unwilling to face that. It is our education, way of living and tradition and so on, that something can be given to somebody else. Jesus can give you salvation, or a guru can save you, or your wife can help you. That may be an old, worn-out tradition to which we are clinging. That may be a wrong approach altogether. You have understanding, and I haven't got it. And you are conditioned, you are conditioned in the idea that you can give it to me, right? That may not be the fact at all. Psychologically, inwardly, do you depend on somebody? Say, please help me to be free of my arrogance. Or in your relationship, you see the arrogance in you, it's gone. You in our relationship with each other, and I'm observing myself, and in that observation I discover that I'm arrogant in our relationship. So I'm not dependent for you to point out to me my arrogance. I'm already aware of it. It's a tremendously important, sir. Nobody can give me intensity, the sense of beauty. I'm taking it. Then I am on my own. You follow? Not isolated and all that. Then I have to work find out. In the very working of it, I've got the intensity. When I discard the tradition in which I've been brought up, that is to depend on somebody, and when I discard it, then I have to work it, right? Or I'll go down the drain, either way. If I discard that, I'm already free, I've already got this sense of energy, of intensity. Then I'm not dependent on anybody. Can I observe myself through relationship? Can I know myself fundamentally, basically, all the reactions, all the nuances, the subtleties of myself in relationship? Now, one's relationship with another is based on memory. Right? Would you accept it? On the various images, pictures, conclusions I have drawn about you and you have drawn about me. The various images that I have about you, wife, husband, girl, or boy, or friend, and so on. So there is always image making, right? This is simple, this is normal, this is actually goes on. When one is married or lives with a girl or a boy, every incident, every word, every action creates an image. No? Are we clear on this point? Don't agree with me, please. I'm not trying to persuade you to anything. But actually, you can see it for yourself.